This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
Nigeria has officially joined the BRICS coalition after it was invited to join as a partner country. A statement by the Minister of Foreign Affairs says this partnership will help align Nigeria's aspirations for inclusive growth and regional integration in line with the best practices of strategic autonomy. Joining the conversation this morning is international trade and finance expert Mukhtar Mohammed. Mr. Mohammed, good morning and thank you for joining us on the conversation.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Sir, in your opinion, what does this move really mean for Nigeria's economic prospects?
Well, it's good, maybe in the long term, but in the short term, when you look at it, how many of these big nations do we really do business with? Outside of China, do we really do business with Brazil? Do we really do business with the other superpower of the BRICS nation? I don't think so. So maybe what we're trying to do is to become an alliance, like we're a partner with them. Then we'll begin to look at how we can do more businesses with them, because our businesses are still with the Europeans and the Americans. And so it's only the Chinese that can claim that, we do more business with Nigeria, the BRICS nation. So I'm not excited yet. In the short term, I don't see any benefit. But maybe in the long term, there will begin to be some benefit.
I mean, Mr. Mohammed, I hear you, but since President Tinubu took office, at least two of these countries, in fact, let's even say four of them, he has met with either the top official, the most senior official, or somebody of a high rank. He's met with the president of India. He's met with the president of Brazil. We, of course, have close ties with South Africa. We have our binational commission that we engage with. And then he's also met with, I think, the senior foreign minister for China. So the only country we've not seen any interaction with so far is Russia, meaning that there's a possibility that we're broadening these prospects. With BRICS trying to upend the status quo of the dollar internationally, would you reconsider, just in light of these things I said, and then this long-term goal of upending the dollar as the main currency of finance across the world, would you reconsider those short-term gains?
No. And when you look at these nations that you've just listed, I'll ask you how many of them have their reserves in their own currency, or in the currency of India having Chinese yuan as part of their reserve, Chinese having India's rupee as part of their reserve, or Brazil or the other countries that you mentioned. All of them have their reserve in the United States dollars, and they are building their reserve in that. They do more trade with the United States. And that is why from today you have to watch that space. President Trump has said that any nation that is trying to do away with the dollar as a means of exchange will not do business with them. America will not do business with them. So definitely when you look at it and look at these nations that are coming in and saying, want to do business as BRICS nations, their reserve is still domiciled with the dollar. And I don't think that will change in the long term, because the dollar still remains the global means of exchange in terms of trade and investment. So I'm not excited when you meet all these BRICS nations, because at the end of the day, you see them running to the United States to do business. You're talking about India. India's largest import into their country in terms of FX is from America through intellectual property that have been transferred from India to America. You're talking about China. China, I mean, if you're in the news, just before one of China's biggest social media network, TikTok, has its greatest numbers of followers in the United States, and even when it was banned, it was difficult for them again. So when you look at Brazil, so Brazil do more businesses with the United States than any other country. Yes, South Africa, bilateral relation, I think has improved since President Tinubu came to power. We've seen them now saying that Nigeria is a presidential directive. We don't know how workable that is, that you don't need a visa if you are a tourist. If you're a tourist to visit South Africa. So those are part of what has really worked. But again, that's an African alliance. But how much of trade outside of we being tourists and South Africa having the upper hand in terms of bringing up infrastructure or their telecommunication companies that are domiciled in Nigeria. So when you look at that, in as much as we want to be part of these nations, what volume of business I keep saying we have done with these nations. And if you look at President Tinubu's trip thus far, how much of those pronouncements or meetings have turned into investment, either in portfolio investment or foreign direct investment in Nigeria. As it stands now, I stand to be corrected. Nothing has really come in from all this trip that he has done, especially with the BRICS, the so-called BRICS nation.
So let me ask you this. Considering what the incoming U.S. President Trump has said, and considering our existing relationship with other countries that use the dollar and are not part of BRICS, do you think that this move might be a bit detrimental to us economically, especially since the next 4 years under a trigger-happy U.S. president could really mean real consequences for us?
I don't think, like I said, we are a partner. We have not fully integrated. I like the word they are using now. We are not like a partner with them. So let's see how much that partnership can bring to us in terms of trade and investment. So we are not fully BRICS nation among the BRICS superpower. We are just partners in some of these countries, which is good. Definitely we will have our challenges, because if you remember the first term of President Trump, he was the first American president to approve the purchase of fighter jet for us to fight terrorism. And during his first term as president of the United States, we had an investment of over 4-point-something billion from America. But during the term of President Biden, we have less than that, about $2.32 billion was invested. So when you look at that, definitely we are better off with Trump at the moment than even the BRICS nations when you look at the figures. So definitely I think it's a place that Nigeria would need to trade cautiously. And I truly believe that the president and his economic team and the cabinet would definitely trade cautiously.
Thank you very much for your time and your expertise on this conversation, Mr. Mohammed. Mukhtar Mohammed is an international trade and finance expert. He joined us this morning to speak on Nigeria officially joining the BRICS coalition after accepting an invitation to join the bloc as a partner nation.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.